Hello, Sedimentary Rocks Part 3. Welcome everybody, this is video number 44 and I'm going to get into the different types of sedimentary rocks. Last time, remember, we learned how sedimentary rocks were made. Remember, we eroded, deposited, compacted, and cemented them. There are three major types of sedimentary rocks. There are clastic, chemical, and organic. Now remember, these are the subgroups. Now let's talk about how clastic rocks are formed. I like to call these the ugly rocks because they're made of broken pieces of pretty much anything. This is my favorite clastic rock. This is conglomerate. I like to call it the meatball rock. And you can see there's different pebbles and shapes and sand and all kinds of stuff just all glued together to make a rock. Examples of clastic rock include breccia, conglomerate that I just showed you, sandstone, which looks like this, just a bunch of sand all piled together, mudstone, and shale. Now let's get into, this is the second type, so let's talk about chemical rocks and how they are formed. Well, they're formed in a very unique way. You can do it from rainwater dissolving minerals on land, that they're carried down to the ocean. You can have evaporation happens until the minerals are left behind. You can also just have evaporation happen and all the water gets taken away, and whatever minerals are there and pieces of sand and stone can also make into rocks as well. Chemical rocks examples, this is actually me showing my horse Penny. This is Penny. And the reason why she is here is because one of her very favorite things is rock salt. Halite is a mineral found in rock salt, and it's left behind from seawater. So if seawater evaporates out, you're going to get rock salt that's left behind, and I have an example here. I actually get her a big tub of it and I leave it in her stall and she likes to lick it all the time. Another way a chemical rock can form is limestone, and that's actually from shells from ocean water, and I have some examples of those for you in class. And then let's talk about organic rock formation. Well, organic rock is exactly that, something from an organic process. And I don't mean the stuff, food that you would find in the grocery store where it says it's organic. In this case, organic means that it was once living, or in a chemistry standpoint, it means that it has carbon in it. So let's think to things that would make rocks that were once living. Well, corals, clams, and oyster shells, right? Those shells have to go somewhere after those animals die, and organic rocks are actually made from these shells. I don't know if you can see it in this rock, but there are actual shells and fossils contained within this rock. So this would be considered an organic rock. And I've got an example for you here at the bottom that's a little bit better picture. So let's talk about organic rock formation a different way. We're going to talk about coal. We're going to talk about the remains of plants and dead dinos from millions and millions and millions of years ago. This is formed over time, lots of time. We're talking millions of years. It's deposited in layers and then compressed, and you get coal. And here's an example of coal. Now, when you look at it, obviously you can't tell that it was once made up of plants or dinos or anything like that because it's all black, and I'll actually get your fingers all nice and black. You can tell I've been handling it. Now let's talk about coral reefs. Coral reefs are beautiful. I don't know if you ever have a chance to see them. I'd highly suggest you do. I got a chance to see them when I was in Hawaii snorkeling with my stepmother. So coral reefs are organic limestone. They've been forming for about 400 millions of years. And we know when we're talking about plate movements, you can actually move those limestone deposits over time. Now, where you would find coral reefs, if you guys remember back to your paleo mapping, remember they can only grow in warm, shallow water. The United States today has only two places, Florida and Hawaii, and both are beautiful. Long time ago, in the states I have listed for you down here, Wisconsin and New Mexico and Texas also had coral reefs. Of course, this was millions of years ago, so it's not someplace you would want to visit today to look for a coral reef. Now, observations when you are looking at sedimentary rocks. The first thing you want to ask yourself, does it contain bits and pieces of other rocks, like conglomerate? Then it's clastic. Does it contain salt or limestone? Then it's chemical. Or does it actually have shells or fossils in it? And this would be considered organic. All right, summary for types of sedimentary rocks include, compare and contrast the three main types. I'd like you to give 5 names of sedimentary rocks, and I gave you a bunch while you were looking in this. And what's the connection between coral reefs and sedimentary rocks? I hope you enjoy the funny I left you. I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in class.